Today I'm gonna have a video about the Mini Coopers. They are super popular, I would say so, in Los Angeles, and since right now I have several of those and only one, I have 5-door, and it's a regular hardtop 3-cylinder turbo engine, 134 horsepower, and it's cool. I mean, for the money, whatever this car is selling right now, around 100,000 miles, the problems those cars has, it's not so big, I would say so. At least they're not so expensive to fix, and it's a fun car to drive. It's a good MPG, and it's kind of quick, you know, within the city. But some things I don't like about it, and some things I do like a lot, like the size of this car. It is a perfect again for the city. If it's like mid-size humans, mid-size drivers, normal, I would say so. If you're not that tall, probably it's going to be not bad choice as a second car, for sure, not as only one car in your family. So we're gonna compare this 5-door Mini Cooper, and also I'm gonna compare 3-door Mini Cooper, see what's the difference, if it's bigger or not. If you are considering buy the car like that, check this video before and let me know in the comments below what do you think about the Mini Cooper itself, what you think about those electric Mini Coopers, the one on the market right now, and the prices for those cars is super low. You can probably get one for lease for about 250, or instead of buying that one new electric, you can buy this for about, I would say, 8-10,000, 2015, close to 100,000 miles. Is it a good choice or not? Let me know. Design of this car, it's super cute. It's a small, kind of nice, gonna fit in any garage, gonna fit probably all your needs. The only problem, it's too small to put a lot of stuff inside. If you're trying to move in, move out, you know, move some stuff around, or you have that kind of job, you have to put a lot of boxes maybe inside this car, it's not gonna work for you. But if you trying to drive it daily, save some money for the gas, because this car is supposed to get between 28 and 40 mpg, which is kind of huge saving, especially right now with $6 for the gallon gas prices. Mini Cooper, it's not a bad choice. And turbo engine last, I would say, for decent period of time, 100,000 miles. It's not the end of this car at all. Plus the prices for the used engines and transmission, not bad at all too. So I would say so, for the people who considering to buy the Mini Cooper like that, it's not a bad choice at all. So I'm gonna go right now on a space for this car. Look at the trunk area. So what we got here, we are getting that much space, so the back seat we can fold it, and we're gonna have more space. Right there we have the tools and the spare tire right behind the bumper. It's super annoying, and if you ever try to replace it yourself, let me know how it works. But this is so ugly spot, because you're always gonna get dirty when you're doing replacement for your spare tire. So let's go over the interior and some cool things. So the best thing I think for the Mini Cooper, what they did, they moved the master switch on the door panel. Before, if you didn't know about it, they had the switches right there in the central console. So the other cool part about the Mini Cooper 2015 and up, they did the actual cluster right behind the steering wheel. Before, it used to be only in the middle. So push start button right there. From the cool stuff, I would say all the switches in the Mini Cooper, they look so good. I mean, it's kind of fun to have those kind of switches right here in the middle, and on the top of that we got some switches right there. It's like airplane mode or helicopter mode, whatever you're gonna call it, but it's unusual. So for most of the cars and Mini Cooper, They does it so well. The older one, the newer one, it's just something else. It's just something extra cool thing on your Mini Cooper. So this one doesn't have the navigation, but we got the climate control. The AC, I would say so, working really good on the Mini Cooper. It's so cold and same time it's it's normal cold. It's not like Toyota Corolla, you doing AC all the way and it's gonna be super cold, so you're gonna get sick. The climate control on the Mini Cooper, I have to admit it, works really good. So I like this extra space on the dashboard, and a lot of people doesn't know about this pocket, but it's so helpful when you have a lot of stuff you need to put inside. So the glove box and the central console right here got some extra space if you need it, or you can lift it up and put something else, or just don't use it. But I like to use this as an armrest while I'm driving it. It's kind of helpful. So this one, you're gonna change the mode, so you can go on sport mode or you can go green, means fully eco. Right now we are on a normal mode, and when you change in the mode, the screen kind of gonna change with you. So let's drive hard. I got it. Where is the light? For some reason it's not working. Why it's not working? So the screen right here around supposed to go green or red. But this one is not going. Maybe you need to restart it, maybe not. So the interior space, the back seat, I would say made for kids or maybe for your pets. Look, I mean, I can put myself inside. It may be not a big deal if I'm gonna drive like a little bit, short distance, but for the long distance, for sure, I'm gonna get tired here because it's bumpy, it's not enough space, and if somebody gonna move this seat a little bit back, I'm gonna have no space at all. But look at those cool headrests. It is kind of so small and tiny, it's like a toy. It's so nice to play with that while you're sitting on the back. Even the mid one has the same stuff, so you can lift it up or you can put it down. And actually this car on the back has it has 3 seats, and because we have a mid belt, so mid belt made for who, I have no idea how somebody can sit right here in the middle. What kind of human? Even my son not gonna fit on this seat, that's for sure. Right here we got 3-cylinder turbo engine, 134 horsepower, more than enough for this car. Look how small the engine itself. Look how tiny those 3-cylinder BMW engine is. It's super small. Basically you can probably fix it yourself if you want to, but I would not recommend that. Trying to fix yourself something on the Mini Cooper, you might can do the EVAP, pulse solenoid valve, maybe spark plugs, maybe some coils, but other than that, don't even touch it. Motor mount, it gave me so many problems, and even I replaced this motor mount, it's still vibrating a lot. All the other motor mounts, they good, but I still can feel a lot of vibration. I don't know what can I do with that. Even all of them is original. It's not aftermarket Chinese for cheap. I paid kind of a lot for those motor mounts, but they still giving me headache, and I don't know what to do with that. And probably I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do something else. All Mini Coopers I got right now in stock, they all have the same issue. It is vibrating and nothing I can do with that. So is a today video I'm comparing 2 Mini Coopers. That's gonna be 2015 2-door, 3-door, whatever you're gonna call it, and 2015 5-door, 4-door, whatever you're gonna call it. That's about the same car, about the same engine, just a little bit bigger on the space inside, maybe a little bit more comfortable because you have extra doors to put some stuff, and actually the smaller door, it's much easier access on the parking lot than 2-door. But other than that, it's a great car to drive. It's a super attractive price. That's why I want to review them all, and I want to compare if one of them better than the other one, or they about the same, and they all have the same kind of small problems. The one is coming. Sometimes you're never gonna stop them. They're just gonna come back, or something else gonna come, and you have to spend money on that. It's kind of normal, same as a used BMW, same as a used Mini Cooper. It might be great for now, but tomorrow something interesting or super weird is gonna come, and you have to be prepared. You just have to have one extra credit card to have it on the side in case something happened with your Mini Cooper. You always have money to spend on that. Other than that, if the car is not running, it's worth nothing. And let's see. So the design, how would you rate this design? I would rate it like 6 from 10. Why 6? Because it's not that bad, but it's not that great. Those chrome pieces everywhere, I mean those small kind of parts, they're different color than the body, this molding on the trunk, the roof itself, and it giving you like the whole idea, the whole picture of the nice, cute city car. I don't think it's a good idea to drive it on the freeway, but again, there is a lot of people who's taking it between the states and they have no issue with that at all, but it's not comfortable in my opinion. I mean, in my case, I wouldn't drive Mini somewhere far away, for example, from Los Angeles or maybe to Vegas or San Francisco. If you have no choice and it's only car to drive, for sure, just take some extra oil with you and you're good to go. Other than that, it is the perfect small city car, and if you are ready to take that adventure with the Mini Cooper, with small BMW, you don't care about all those small problems, the one might gonna come later on, or it is a due for them to fix it right now, you're more than welcome to buy one. But definitely in your lifetime you have to drive Mini Cooper at least for a couple days so you can get the whole idea of this beautiful car. So in general, the whole idea of the Mini Cooper, I think not bad at all, and I believe BMW made a lot of money by producing those cars. But the main question is about the mileage and the maintenance. So 100,000 miles on the both cars. I mean, the price is so good. So 7-10,000 for the used Mini Cooper. The one looks good, it handles great, but all those small problems, you know, coming here, there, oil leak, the EVAP, might gonna get check engine light, the motor mounts, the timing chain issue, might be the turbo issue, maybe something else. So you have to be ready, you have to be prepared. You might gonna spend money on that. And even the Mini Cooper itself, it's such a small BMW, but prices for repair, it's up in the sky, I would say so. So the other car, the one I've been doing a video about it also, it's on a lift. That's what probably you're gonna see when you get in BMW. So this one came for the EVAP leak, and even this valve been replaced before, porcelain valve, it still has a code right now as a P0456, so small EVAP leak. And what we found, actually, the evaporation valve, the porcelain valve, it's actually working, it's opening and closing properly, there is no problem with that. But the problem with this car was this part. That's leak detection pump, should be the one that's sitting right here. So, but there is no leak detection pump, it's only the valve, the one is controlling the operation from the gas tank. So this valve is bad and nobody has it right now, it's in a back order. So we ordered it and it's supposed to be here in a couple of days maybe, so that's when the car is going to be ready. But the other one is gonna be done pretty soon right now, after the oil change, and that washer is gonna be replaced under the drain plug. This car gonna go on a drive, and after it's all gonna get washed, we're also gonna see if it's still leaking oil or not, because there is a timing chain cover, it has a little the timing chain cover has some oil on that also, but we're not sure yet if we're gonna touch that. But we're gonna start from the drain plug for sure. So usually what I'm gonna do For example, if I have no idea how much the transmission or engine gonna cost me, I'm going online on one website directly from junkyards. They post in prices, right? So you can check how much the engine or transmission is gonna worth for your car or the one you're trying to buy. And basically the Mini Cooper 15, they're all kind of same, about the same price range, I would say so. So 1.5 3-cylinder engine going between 1,000 and 2,000, depends on the mileage for sure. And the transmission, that's what I can see right now, I can buy it for $500-600, and that transmission is going to be with kind of warranty. So they usually provide you 30 days warranty, and it's not commercial. I'm just saying that's what I'm using, that's what I'm buying constantly, because most of the time the price for the rebuild, it's not worth it. So for example, the engine like that, the mechanic shop might gonna say, you know, it's gonna be about 3,000 to rebuild your engine, to put new pistons, new rings, all the gaskets, maybe the camshafts, you know, seals, and on and on and on. Like the valve job, we have to do so, and that's it. So plus labor, 3,000, easy like that. Transmission, that's about the same, maybe not 3,000, but about $1,500 for the transmission rebuild, that's for sure. Maybe up to 2,000, because there's a parts, they're not so cheap, I mean, and the labor is not so cheap either. You have to pull the transmission out, you have to take it apart, you have to find out what was the problem. If the transmission needs valve body, or it needs all the packages inside, and on and on and on. So why would you pay 2,000 to rebuild the transmission? For example, for this Mini Cooper, 100,000 miles on it, right? So the car itself worth about 8,000. So you buying the car or you're trying to sell it. On the top of that, 2,000 for the engine, 3,000 for the engine, 2,000 for the transmission. It's kind of a lot. So you basically buying daily driving car. If something gonna happen, what are you gonna do? You're right, you're probably gonna sell it. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't spend that much money. But if you have the option where you can buy the transmission for 500 or the engine for 1,000, 1,500 with 30 days warranty at least, so you might gonna replace couple seals, maybe gaskets, and the engine gonna go inside the car, and that's it. You're good to drive for next 50,000 maybe with no major problem. Usually that's the way it works for me. I'm not sure how it works for you. If you done any major job on your car, would you buy used one with kind of small warranty, or would you go with full rebuild on your engine and transmission? Let me know in the comments below, because it's really interesting question for me. That's why I'm usually asking the people who's asking me, what should I do, buy the used one or do the full rebuild with warranty? Let's actually see how we can check the oil. I'm pretty sure it's oil leak, it's not the coolant leak, but if I want to see if it's true or not, we going vehicle info, status, engine oil level, check that, start measurement. Now we're gonna start measurement. Since we have a car warm up, it's a little bit raising up the RPM, so basically checking the oil, and I'm pretty sure it should be full oil, because right before I did the oil change on that, so it's supposed to be 100% or maybe 90%, but if it's less, that's for sure we have an oil leak on this car, and for sure I have to find out where is it leaking from and how I can fix it, how much it's gonna cost me. So let's wait a little bit. We might gonna just scroll it, because it's taking time. It's taking around, I would say, 1 minute, 1.5 maybe minute to check it completely. So the oil is running inside the engine on a higher RPM. I mean, yeah, sometimes it's annoying, but same time it's really important to know if your oil is good or not. So because if you're low on oil, you might gonna step on the freeway and it's not gonna be good for the engine. So oil level shows okay, but actually we are on a half of that, so it's not supposed to be there. It's supposed to be closer to max. So we do have an oil leak definitely, and now we are going to the shop next door to see where is the oil leaking from. This car itself, it's much not much, but a little bit more fun to drive, I would say so. The steering wheel a little bit different if you compare with my 5-door. So this 2-door Mini Cooper, I mean, as a all Mini Coopers, it's just fun to drive. It's small, it's super light, easy to handle, and same time it is fast. So we're gonna go inside the shop right now, see where is the oil coming from. So the 2-wheel drive Mini Cooper I got has some issue, and actually number one, that's a motor mount, because the engine jumping, so it's not comfortable, kinda annoying to drive it like that. The other one got replaced, that motor mount, but it's still a little bit shaking. So this one looks like the motor mount is really bad. And what I just find out on this one, I have an oil leak. And since my red one right now in the shop, they lifted up, they found the leak detection valve is bad, so they ordered it, they're gonna replace it. So right now it's on a lift, and my shop has a second lift available right now. So basically I'm gonna take this car, lift it up, and see where the oil coming from. I hope it's something simple. I hope it may be the oil filter, you know, or the o-ring for the oil filter, something like that. I hope it's not the main seal, especially the back one, or the oil pan, or something else. I mean, it's a BMW. What can you do? The oil is leaking. It's kind of normal, but it's not. So I don't like that kind of stuff. And even this car, again, it's used 2015. It's not that expensive, and on and on and on. I'm gonna try my best to fix it if possible. If it's not possible, we'll see what we're gonna do. We might just gonna run it at the auction, sell it with announcement, no arbitration on an oil leak. That's sometimes what's happening. So people buying it from the auction with that announcement, the car is good, everything is perfect, but there is some kind of oil leak coming from somewhere, and they're gonna figure it out and fix it and retail it for the whole price. But I'm probably not gonna do that. But other than that, what's the difference on a two-door what's the difference on a 2-door car and 4 or 5-door, whatever you're gonna call it? So I would say this one has a little bit more space for me, but in general it's the same. But I'm feeling I do have a more space because I have a bigger door on my side. So the bigger door kind of giving me that vision. I have more space as a driver and a 2-door Mini Cooper. Definitely, it's easy to drive. It's kind of fast. It's good on gas, and AC blowing so good, and it's a climate control also. It's just fun to drive. It's a small little car, but again, the car is kind of cheap. It is fun. It's a nice looking car. Usually there is a stripes on it, like this one. It's a black, has a white stripes on the body, white roof, and it looks cool. But the point is, if you're gonna buy the car for 8,000, 7,000, and there is a major repair coming, and you have to take it almost right away to the shop to fix it, and it's gonna cost you 5,000, 4,000, 3,000, because the Mini Cooper is like a small BMW. Again, mechanic shops, they just keep going on the prices, just full throttle, whatever. It's like, oh, this one's gonna cost you that much, oil change gonna cost you this much, and on and on and on. Everybody trying to make money, and usually for some reason mechanic shops charging more BMW, Mini Cooper, Mercedeses. Those mechanic shops, they charging just more for BMW owners or Mini Cooper owners, Mercedes, just because it's a German car. So German cars, easy for them to get more money because not so many shops can work on those cars. I mean, is it fair enough? I think it's not fair at all. What do you guys think about it?